Sometimes you just gotta have your llama, you know? It's Monday. I'm gonna take that as a good sign. You know, kind of like I had a Friday the 13th yesterday. So today is gonna be like a total change of the way it was, right? And it's funny how when things start to go wrong, all you really remember is the things that didn't go right. You gotta concentrate on the things that went right. What's so interesting to me is there are days like today when I actually have to practice all the things that I tell you guys every day about how to stay happy and how to stay focused on the good stuff in life. I cut myself. And no, it's not a big deal, but I was washing the dishes and I was washing a grater and I didn't realize how incredibly sharp that stupid thing was. So can you see I cut the tip of my finger? Wait, there's the camera. See, I cut the tip of that finger and I destroyed the tip of this finger. This one. Yeah, that one. And it really hurts and it's really annoying. And it was just one more thing. And I got a call from the home saying my mother wasn't feeling good and they were going to call the hospice nurse. And so I stayed up till midnight waiting to hear back and couldn't get through. Everything probably is fine. She probably slept really well last night after not feeling good and getting some pain medication. She's really very healthy, and just had a bad day. We all have bad days, right? But we worry about the people we love. And there were all these people asking for prayers this morning, and I got plenty. I'm happy to share, and I hope you are too. To all of you who are suffering, who have someone you love who is suffering, I send white light and love, prayers and hope. And let's just I gotta shake it off, right? Gotta get some good vibes going on in this. It's fast food day. It's fast food day. So if you were worried about what to serve today, your worries are over. You just have to go pick up some McDonald's or don't you love the fast food that's fast but healthy? There are quite a few of those now. El Pollo Loco is my very favorite, honestly. I gotta say, they have some very healthy choices. That's all there is to it. And you don't have to do any work and you don't have to wash any dishes. Have a fast food day. That's all I can say. And if you don't want to go out for junk food, don't get junk food. Get fast food. There are both. It's National Button Day. What does that mean? I don't have any buttons right now, but I did notice that when I was moving, I had a bag of old buttons, and I don't think I parted with them. I think they're still out in a box in the garage somewhere. How is it that you can't give up old buttons? Are you constantly waiting for a button to fall out, knowing that you're going to have the match somewhere in that bag of buttons? I don't know. It's Indiana Day. So, to those of you, like my significant other, who are from Indiana, happy Indiana Day. Yes, a button collector's delight. Isn't it true? I mean, I can remember going through my grandma. Well, my grandma and grandpa in Chicago had a hand laundry, wash things by hand. But they used to send out shirts. I don't quite get that. Anyway, but I can remember the ironing and the smells in that place. It was so clean all the time. But they used to repair shirts and things for people. And I swear to you, I can remember the button bin. There were gazillions of buttons. And invariably, grandma or grandpa found the perfect button to go with whatever it is they were working on. Always. Here's to button it up properly. I have two very important things to talk to you about today. The first one is popcorn. Now, I don't know about you, but I love popcorn. I like air popped. I like oil popped. I even like store-bought popcorn. I mean, I love popcorn. In this house, we pretty much have popcorn every day at between 3 and 4 o'clock, that's our afternoon snack, is popcorn. I don't use butter on my popcorn. No, no butter, no butter. Lots of salt though. I do like the salt. But the reason I'm bringing up popcorn is, did you ever get, and don't lie to me because I know you all did, you get like the kernels stuck in your gums or between your teeth? Well, I thought I got it all out last night, and then I woke up this morning and I could feel there was still some in my mouth, in my gum. And I tried brushing and brushing and brushing and brushing, and that didn't work. And I thought, okay, come on, do what you always do. Google popcorn kernels stuck in your gums and see what comes up. I want you to know that Wiki, whatever it is, had some really good ideas of how to get popcorn out of between your teeth and in your gums. So you don't have to do this right now because you probably don't need to, but file the information away because there were a couple of ideas I never would have thought of. Naturally, they tell you toothpicks. I like brush picks, by the way. Brush picks and what do you call it? Floss picks. Those are great. Okay, so you could try that. They suggested using a pointed toothpick. I personally would do the grater trick and poke a hole in my mouth, but they had other suggestions that I really liked. One was just rinse your mouth with salt water, warm salt water, not hot, just warm salt water, rinse it, and usually that's enough to pull out whatever gets stuck. But sometimes even that doesn't work. And the other idea they had, which I never would have thought of, was to chew sugarless gum. Well, they say sugarless because it's, better for your mouth, but to chew gum because the gum creates more saliva in your mouth, which gets the kernels out. Okay. So now you have some new little hints on how to get popcorn kernels out of your mouth. Her kids call them pick tooths. I like that. Get some pick tooths out of there. When I was a kid, I couldn't remember the difference between itching and scratching. So sometimes I still itch my scratches. What do I know? Anyway, increase the saturation in your mouth and get the junk out of it because it can cause bad problems. Yeah, seriously. All right. I have one final thing to share with you. I found this little book while I was getting all my moving stuff together, and it's called Buddha Meditations, The Art of Letting Go. I was about to let go of this when I decided, oh, wait a minute, this might be a good keeper, especially for right now. And I came across this towards the beginning, this thing about breathing. So if you're like me, you think meditation is really awesome. You wish you could do it more often, and you don't do it that often. And you don't understand the whole thing about listening to your breath and blah, 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 the whole breath thing, right? Or at least at some point you felt that way, didn't you? Am I alone on this? I don't know. So the average person takes a breath, that is, breathes in and out about 20 times a minute when they're awake and 16 to 18 times a minute while they're sleeping. Unless you're like me and you have severe apnea, in which case you're lucky if you're breathing at all. All right, so that adds up really fast, and they did some calculating here. That means when you're awake, you take approximately 1,200 breaths an hour, 27,000 breaths in a 24-hour day. That's sleeping and being awake. 191,500 breaths in a week, 10 million breaths in a year, and 780 million breaths in the average U.S. lifespan, which at the time of the printing of this book was 78 years. I think now it's about 193. Okay, so people have been focusing on their breath in meditation for thousands of years. People have known that the breath was very important. And there's a tale about a monk who meditated every day as his teacher had instructed him. And he complained, this is so boring. Why is this so important? So his teacher asked him to walk to the lake with him. At the shore's edge, the student could see the lake reflecting the clouds and the sun. the light and the shadows, and he remembered about how meditation helped him to reflect. And he remembered that when thoughts distracted him, he was to treat them like a pebble that had disturbed the surface but can gently float to the bottom as the top becomes tranquil again. His teacher told him to walk into the water with him waist high. Without warning, the teacher dunked the student underwater and held him there until he was wiggling mightily from lack of air. Finally, the teacher released the student, who came gasping, and the teacher asked, "Now, do you understand the importance of breathing?" Hey, may you have a breath-filled day. And if you know someone with COVID, may they have a breath-filled day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Be careful when you're cleaning graters, okay? Okay.